Hello, I'm Sally Gaze. I'm the Archdeacon for Rural Mission in the Diocese of St Edmundsbury and Ipswich. And this short video has been made to ask you to help with the discernment process for a project called Growing in God in the Countryside. The point of the project is to help people, and especially younger people, to come to faith in rural areas and to help them to grow as disciples, as followers of Jesus. We work with many rural benefices and churches. We listen with local people to what God is saying in their area, and we seek to build with them on their current ministry and outreach, as well as the fruit of many years of ministry gone before. The project is funded by the Strategic Development Unit of the National Church, and the funding lasts from 2019 to 2024. So we're partway through at a strategic point, and this video gives you a taster of some of the exciting things which God has been doing in the last couple of years, and asks you to be part of listening to God for the next steps. What is God saying about how various aspects of the project might serve His kingdom in your area where you live, as well as across Suffolk? Because we believe that this movement of people coming to faith and growing in faith in rural areas is something that God very much wants to see flourishing in the years ahead. The Growing in God in the Countryside project has got two work streams, and the first of these is beginning a movement of small whole life discipleship groups reaching out with God's love all over the county, and this has become known as the Lightwave Community. The small groups usually meet in people's homes, sometimes online or in other venues, and each of them seeks to work alongside and to complement and partner with other outreach happening locally. And each of them has 5 really important spiritual disciplines that they live by. All involved, that means everyone's working together, nobody is a passenger, becoming disciples because we're all about following Jesus, creating community, which means that we work against the individualistic tendencies in our society and seek to bring our local communities together, doing evangelism, which is as much about being good news as it is about telling good news, and encountering God, because God is the source of all things good and is the heart of absolutely everything. It is that missional aspect, the doing evangelism, the being good news, that maybe our small groups are best known for. And we've been really excited to see how so many new initiatives have developed over the last couple of years in this respect. So some of our groups facilitate walking in the countryside, others do cooking with children after school. We have a number of food delivery schemes and food banks and clothes banks. We have drop-in cafe. We facilitate engagement with the natural world and promote ecological issues, and especially through our wild church initiatives. The list is quite extensive. Parent and toddlers, making new forms of worship more accessible, especially outside and online, and facilitating villages in community action together. For example, joining in acts of community kindness in Lent. So we're very excited about all the things that God is doing through these small groups, and we'd like to consider, as part of our discernment process, how we can help them to continue to grow and flourish. So I'm standing here in the St Nicholas Centre in front of this Growing in God diagram, because I want to talk to you about Workstream 2 of the Growing in God in the Countryside project. And Workstream 2 is all about facilitating cultural change and structural change to help rural mission county-wide and diocesan-wide. So here are some of the exciting things that we see God doing among us. Thousands of people have now started joining in Suffolk in prayer, It's a movement of different denominations, different streams, all praying for mission in our county. And we think that's absolutely foundational to changing our hearts and minds to reach out with Jesus' love. Rural chaplaincy has also grown significantly across our county and is now supported by a special Lightwave group of its own. And this ministry includes an educational chaplaincy team. It includes a helpline for farmers. During the pandemic, we had a county harvest at the Suffolk Showground. And it's also enabled the cathedral to get involved with more celebration of agricultural festivals, engaging with farms and local communities. Another part of this work stream that is developing is Love Rural, and that's all about making Jesus visible through loving service and connecting those people, so many people involved in social engagement in different ways in our rural communities. Things that have particularly happened in that area is partnering with Radio Suffolk over the Christmas period last year to enable socially distanced doorstep carols, enabling many churches and small groups to witness to their communities through the singing of carols and bringing people together in a great way. Similar initiatives involved phone trees and 40 days of kindness during Lent. They were county-wide events supported by local radio and really enabled villagers to support each other, involving the church facilitating their local communities. So all this and more has brought the project opportunities to spend time listening to rural experience, and then to feed that rural experience into strategic diocesan discussions about things that affect rural mission and ministry, like our church buildings, the recruitment of new clergy, like training, like safeguarding, and so many more really important issues for us all. So we hope that you, as you think about our future, will help us to think about how we can continue to listen to that rural voice, because it is so important in the ongoing development of following God in our diocese. If you're passionate about rural mission, or if you're a member of a Lightwave group, we'd love you to help us to listen to God by praying and sharing with us anything that you feel that God is saying about our future at the end of the current funding. You can do this by using some of the resources on our website in your small group to help you to pray and listen. Or you can join us on the 6th of November at Stowmarket when we have a prayer and discernment afternoon. I hope to see you and to hear from you. Thank you.